Unit 2, problem post number 4, rearranging formulas, also known as solving literal equations. This video's guest of honor will be a knight with a fire sword. Okay, so we want to solve this equation for y, and we're just going to use our properties of equality just like we have been doing for regular equations, but we just need to be mindful about what are like terms and what we can and cannot combine. So to get y by itself, I need to eliminate this x term. So I can subtract 2x from both sides. Over here, the 2x and the negative 2x will cancel out, which will leave me with negative 3y because this negative sign doesn't go anywhere. Over here, I can't combine the 8 with the negative 2x because they're not like terms. This is an x term. This is not an x term. So I'll just represent it exactly as 8 minus 2x. Finally, to eliminate the negative 3, since it's being multiplied by the y, I can do the opposite and divide both sides by negative 3. And my final answer will be y is equal to 8 minus 2x, all being divided by negative 3. For number 2, the process is going to be very similar, but I just don't have any numbers now. Instead of an 8, a 2, and a 3, I have a C, an A, and a B, respectively. So let's get rid of the AX term. So I'll get BY is equal to C minus AX. And then to eliminate the B, I can use division again. So I'll divide both sides by B. And Y will be equal to C minus AX all over B. And there's my result. For number 3, it looks like we kind of have an area equation, 4 times pi r squared. A is equal to 4 times pi r squared. And we want to solve for r. So let's keep in mind that it's r and not r squared. We're going to have to handle this squared eventually at the end of the problem. To start out, we can eliminate the 4 pi by dividing by it because 4 pi is being multiplied by the r squared. So we'll have a over 4 pi is equal to r squared. And to undo squared, to eliminate the squared, we need to do the opposite of squared, which is square root. So I'll take the square root of both sides, and my final answer will be the square root of a over 4 pi equals r. And now we have isolated the variable r. Okay, I'll take a look at one more. We have a pretty long expression here on the left. We're going to have to do some combining like terms and distributing. So we'll start by distributing the 4. It will be multiplied by ax, so I'll have 4ax. And then 4 times 3 gives me 12. And then I have my minus 3a. The other side will stay the same for now. My goal here is to solve everything for x. So I want to remove everything that doesn't have an x as part of the term away from the left-hand side of the equation. I'll start with my a's. I'll add 3a. So I'll have 4ax plus 12. The 3a will cancel out with the negative 3a. And then 3a plus 3a is 6a. Now I can eliminate my 12. It's a positive 12, so I'll subtract 12. And I'll line that up because it does have a like term here. 4ax is equal to 25 minus 12 is 13 plus 6a. And then lastly, I can divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient of x, which is this quantity 4a. Divide by 4a, and x will be equal to 13 plus 6a all over 4a. Now both of these terms are being divided by the 4a. This is an acceptable answer, but if we wanted to, we could simplify it a little bit more and split up the 13 over 4a and the 6a over 4a. So I could have 13 over 4a and plus 6a over 4a. Now we can see that this fraction can be simplified. I can cancel out the a's, and 6 divided by 4 is the same thing as 3 divided by 2. So an alternate representation of this answer could be 13 over 4a plus 3 halves. So either one is fine. Be sure to fill out a self-assessment or self-rating. Number 1 through 4, assessing your ability to rearrange formulas after watching the video. Oh no, the knight fell. There we go.